Virgos, welcome to your May 2015 Runescope with me. My name is Amanda. We just dive into the bag and see what's coming up for Virgo in May 2015. Okay. As always, just want to remind you to check out the video for your rising sign as well if you know it. That can give you some more information about other issues and areas that you may be concerned with or dealing with in May. Of course, the only way to get a reading only for you and your specific life concerns is to schedule an appointment with me. I do those on Skype. It's $65 for a 30-minute session. Drop me a line at the email address in this video or below this video if you want to set up an appointment. Please be patient. It can take me a few days to get back with you, but I will get back with you to schedule an appointment. If you're on a phone or mobile device, just tap the little arrow beneath this video to open the details section. You'll find my email address there. I will also be doing another online rune class. This one is going to be June 1st through July 10th. The deadline to sign up and pay for that is May 28th. So if you haven't contacted me yet and you want to sign up for the class, please do get in touch with me. It's $185 for the entire course. You'll need to be able to devote about 4 or 5 hours per week to that. So just keep that in mind, but it is completely online. There are no live sessions. If you want to learn how to read the runes for yourself and others, drop me a line and sign up for that. But let's see what we got here for May, for Virgo. A lot of runes coming up here. The focus for a lot of you may be, actually you may have trouble focusing with the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. You may be trying to focus on mundane matters. You may have trouble focusing at work, which is normally not a problem for you. But I mean, there just may be a lot of things going on. I think most of them are good things though, Virgo. Some of you may be focused on a relationship because we do have Gifu. So those of you who are in relationships, you may be thinking about travel. You may be thinking about moving. So you may be focused more on that than work. And you may find when you're trying to focus on work, your mind's drifting to all these other things. Some of you maybe have just met someone or have, you may meet someone in May that you're quite excited about. And that's why, you're not focusing on work. And, when that kind of stuff's going on, who cares about work? You guys think about work so much. You deserve a break to think about, someone who's making your heart beat a little faster. So, what they're saying here, I feel like the overall advice is that May, we do have a Mercury retrograde, the second part. It starts the last bit of May into June. So if communications or scheduling issues arise between you and someone else or between, you and your partner planning travel or moving, that's kind of, the deal with Mercury retrograde. And you know better than anyone else because you're ruled by Mercury. But yeah, I mean, all of those standard caveats apply with Mercury retrograde. It can kind of cause some problems with communication or travel issues. But, the issue is here, just be patient with it. Try not to get frustrated. Anything you try to push forward in a Mercury retrograde, it'll probably just push back. So yeah, just kind of be prepared to maybe for things to kind of slow down a little bit by the end of May. And you'll definitely probably at that point maybe be able to turn back and focus on work or get something accomplished. But for those of you in coupled up, you may feel that your mate is not giving enough attention to you or to something that involves travel or a shift or a change. Maybe it's something you want to do around the house, and maybe this is something you really want to move forward with, but you're waiting on, your mate to either find someone to do this or to let you know when a good time would be financially. And maybe they're just not moving ahead, or maybe this is something they said they would fix and they haven't. Or maybe it's just like, you're trying to get your mate, when are we going on a vacation? Let's start planning this. I want to go here this time and we need to, get this stuff kind of concrete, and you maybe have trouble getting an answer or nailing down a specific time, getting your mate or your partner to nail down a specific time when you can take this vacation. So I It's gonna happen, Virgo. I mean, for the most of you, I mean, I definitely see, because you have another travel or moving rune coming up, or yeah, maybe you're trying to get your mate, you know, I want to move, we need bigger space, we need more space, or I want to move out of town, or I want to move into the city. You know, you may be trying to get your mate to get on the same page with you about where you're living, or where you're gonna live, or where you're going on vacation. So yeah, either way, travel seems to be involved. Again, though, with Mercury retrograde, yeah, those travel delays, just keep those in mind. If you can't postpone it until after Mercury goes direct, of course. But yeah, May would be a great month to plan a trip or to plan a move. Help that's going to be available to you, I do see more an increase coming financially. So for those of you who've been looking for work, if you've been out of work for a while with the Five of Pentacles coming up, I do feel like that, you know, you've got Fehu coming up right next to that. So that means that, you know, that's going to be ending. You know, maybe you've had to get help from others for a while financially. And, you know, I do see that an offer may be made to you in May. So if you've been interviewing, if you're watching this on the April side and you've been interviewing, I do think that a new influence is coming in. And a lot of you, again, this will have to do with a job interview, because you have Ansus coming up here. And this is a very fortunate, protective influence. So this is long-term financial gain. This is long-term protection coming in for you. Maybe some of you, that's why you want to sell the property, because maybe you're going to get quite a bit of money for the property, and you're going to be able to live in a less expensive place, and you know, have a lot of extra money to invest. So that's another way this can work. You're looking to maximize your finances in May, and for most of you, it's going to be successful. You will find just the right opportunity, the right buyer, whatever it is you're looking to do. And it'll be the one you've been waiting for. There's definitely a karmic harvest coming to you financially. Financially especially. It doesn't always have to be financially, but I think for most of you it is going to come in through finance. And that's going to make you happy, because you're an earth sign and you like the money. Most of you, you know, you do, you know, you're good with money, and you like to be repaid in that way. And so those of you looking to invest in something, so maybe you've invested in something previously and it wasn't a success, but now you're going to start seeing dividends or payouts coming, because this is a harvest time in May for anything that has, you know, any interviews that you've been on, any investments that you've previously made, even if they haven't really yielded much in the past. You could see in May that finally, oh, there's a payout available, or you're getting a payout finally. Good news on that front. Good news on that front. I don't feel that Mercury's going to delay that too much. Okay, so I don't feel that that's around that. I see any delays around something started before Mercury retrograde, which is how that works, coming in. Whenever Mercury goes retrograde, anything started previously, it can be a good time to get that back. So yeah, old stuff comes back with the Mercury retrograde. So old opportunities. Maybe a job you interviewed for and it didn't work out. They hired someone else, but maybe that person didn't, you know, left or whatever, and now it's available again. That could be the way this is working out. But definitely interviews, any interviews that you go on in May, Virgo, could be very satisfying. Now, this could also be saying that some of you may be willing to take a little bit less money if you're changing jobs, going on a new career path, because the career path itself or the work itself would be more satisfying to you. So you'd be willing to sacrifice a little bit. And anytime we're willing to sacrifice or give up something to get something, the universe really looks on that favorably, and we normally are karmically rewarded for that. But yeah, this may be a little bit less money, but you know, eventually you'll surpass what you were making before, but you'll also be happier in this line of work. Some of you may be going back to school or thinking about going to school, be graduating in May. So because with Ansus, in addition to being kind of the job interview room, that can also be talking about teacher student. Either you're teaching a class or finishing up teaching a class, or you're a student and finishing up a class that was particularly difficult. Could have been an accounting class with Fehu there, you know. Whatever this class was, though, even if it was difficult, I feel like it's going to be rewarding for you in the long run. And those of you finishing your degree in May, graduating, whatever you've got in your degree, and I feel like you will, this will pay off for you. It was definitely worth the investment. You also have the High Priestess in reverse coming up here. So you may feel like your intuition is just a little bit off in May, or you may be a little up in the air about a certain decision. And this may have something to do with another woman in your life, because we have Bjork coming up, which is the rune of mother or mother figure, so an older female in the family. Could be you. If you are a Virgo, say in your late 30s, early 40s, or upwards from there. It could be concern about your children. Maybe you feel like one of your children is not, maybe this is, talking about your child graduating, and you're not sure if they're following or a path for which they're suited. But what they're advising here is, if that's the case, Virgo, you may just want to keep it to yourself and see how things pan out, because it does look like whoever this is may be graduating. Even if they're not real motivated to get a job right off, they will maybe in June, because you got the Six of Wands coming up, which is the card of victory. Winning the war, winning the battle, completion of a goal, achievement of a goal, and being rewarded for that. So whatever your concerns, either about yourself or someone else, a child perhaps, I think you're going to see by June that things are panning out. So, maybe somebody just, they graduated from college and they just want to take a break in May. It would actually be a good time to take a little bit of a break. Because, with Mercury retrograde, things will probably be delayed anyway. So June would be a good time to get out there and get on the, start pounding the pavement, or, pounding the keys, as we do these days on the internet, usually when we're on a job search. I think that the rewards will be a lot better in June for that. But again, some people are going to have something coming back from the past, or something that occurred in April, an interview that took place, will be getting a reward for that, or getting a job offer. Some of you may also be meeting someone new in May. Those of you who are single and looking for a new relationship. So it may involve a Knight of Pentacles. He's coming up in the reverse, but this, I feel like this could be that this is somebody who's just holding back a little bit. It can also be somebody who is younger. This is also normally an earth sign like you. So another Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn energy. Knights are normally younger people. So this could be somebody in his 20s, late teens, early 20s. So this could be your son. You may feel like he's not moving on things the way that you would, or not action oriented, not real motivated to get a job or to use this degree. Maybe he's graduating from college and wants to take the month of May off, or wants to take a little break. And you may just see him as being immature or irresponsible about something. This can also be an adult who's acting immature. So for some of you, maybe this is going back to this, maybe it's your mate. He's not doing what he said he would do. He's not giving you an answer, or not fixing what he said he would fix. Not planning this move or planning this travel. But what can't be changed is that whoever this is, they've got a plan. They will move forward, but they have to do it in their own good time. That's the thing about, other people in our lives. You may feel like they are, we're not always on the same page with how quickly we move on things, or what we want to do. Sometimes, and you are normally very responsible, Virgo. When you know what you want to do, when you have a goal, you just take steps to move towards it, and you go after it. You're very driven. Not all signs are like that. Not even all earth signs are like that. This may be a Taurus injury. Taurus can be a bit more methodical. They can be plotters, especially when it comes to change, because they are a fixed sign. So change kind of scares them a little bit more. That they're not ruled by Mercury like you. That mercurial, quick moving planet is you just adjust to changes a lot more quickly and a lot better than Taurus or even Capricorn. Sometimes, you know, you're just used to that Mercury energy and, you know, ready to go, let's go after this. But that's a good balance if your partner is that way. Those of you who are single, this could be describing the guy that you meet. Now I say guy, but it could just as easily be a female for you males, or lesbian Virgos out there. This could also be a female who is, yeah, maybe you're really ready to jump in to this relationship. And, you know, when Mercury goes retrograde, you may, like, the communication may become more stilted or maybe less reliable. I feel like there's a good reason for this. You may feel like this person is just being lazy, like, oh, well, I guess they're not interested. Maybe he or she is not interested. That's not the case. I feel like they are traveling. There's something going on maybe with family. Maybe they are visiting their mother, or yeah, I feel like they're away and just busy, and they will get back to you. So yeah, don't immediately jump to conclusions, Virgo, about someone new that you meet in May. If maybe, you know, you're texting a lot, there's a lot of communication and you're seeing each other a lot, and then suddenly they kind of fall off the radar. I do feel like they will get back in touch with you, because with Rhino here, that indicates that communication will again be opened up, and that a victory is in store for you, if not at the end of May, then in June. So May's really a good month for you, Virgo. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that is either beginning or that began maybe earlier this year, but finally, you know, the harvest time, your things are coming to fruition. Things are coming your way. Seeds you've planted in the past are starting to bear fruit, especially financially. Great month for you financially. And if you're looking to move, definitely looking to travel. I do think that you will get those plans solidified. If you don't take the trip in May, I feel like for a lot of you, it will be in June. But if it's later in the year, I do think you will have, by the second week of June, you'll have those things solidified. So getting a lot of indications for the Bahamas. I don't know who out there is going to the Bahamas. Maybe that's what you're trying to get your mate kind of nailed down on. Maybe that's where you want to go, some of you. And you're trying to get that, because I don't know, I kept being drawn to the Bjork, which is the B, and then they were showing me the Bahamas. So those of you who want to go there, you definitely may do something in May that is a step in that direction. You may purchase your airline tickets or book the hotel or something. So big victory coming for you guys in May. Any slowdowns or whatever are no big deal. So try not to get too frustrated about it. Just realize that some people move more slowly than you do, or they don't think as quickly as you do. You know, because they have to plan a little bit more and think about it a little bit more before they can see the big picture. So that's what I see for you for May, Virgo. Good luck with that, and I will see you back here in June.